Happy Wednesday, everyone. How's it going? Hey, a Spider-Man brand new day trailer just dropped. Tickets went on sale. Of course, it slowed down all the apps. We'll talk that news, and Alan Ng has his review of Toy Story 5. Will it go to $1 billion? I don't know.
Alan, I've been looking for you myself. Alan.
Oh boy.
It's going to go to $1 billion. That's what you said.
It will.
In your...
Look, if Zootopia 2 could make it to $1 billion, Toy Story 5 will make it to $1 billion.
Okay, well, we shall
this
see.
This is ostensibly better than, we'll get into later, but better than Zootopia 2.
Well, we are going to have a fun show today. Let's see who's here as we're going to do a little news at the top. We'll get right to the big news, and then you're going to do your review of Toy Story 5. It'll be non-spoiler.
Yeah. At
this stage. So let's see what people have to say.
Because you chickened out and didn't go to the early screening.
Yeah, I didn't.
Brock Samsonite. So Spider-Man tickets went on sale today at 6 a.m. And I tried to warn people on Discord, but I doubt anyone saw it or cared enough to get up early. But I did snag a ticket. I got a ticket just 10 minutes ago. I
got a ticket, and we'll discuss my adventure.
Yeah, but I'm in the second row. SWG. Hey, Chris and Alan, my FT trucker hat arrived yesterday. Finally, 7 business days later. FYI, it was delivered via Amazon Logistics. So you are Amazon. Next purchase must be in an hour. Thank you very little. Shame on you, Chris.
Well, Steve, I have nothing. This may or may not surprise you. I don't have anything to do with any of this. It may have gone through some Amazon shipping thing. I have no idea. And I say to you, what difference does it make, and who cares?
So you got your trucker hat.
I may have blocked you from texting me too. So, I hope it was worth it. But thank you. The hat's great.
I mean, 7 days. Farquaad. I mean, I used
to
get
everything in the shop. By the way, everything in the shop is custom made. Now, some have different places they're made. You know, the glasses are made other places. The coffee mug is made somewhere else. So we have different manufacturers and shipping. All I know is everything's custom. And
I think the word you're looking for is on demand.
It's that's right. Thank you, Alan, for the correction. It is on demand. Everything is made on demand. It's made fresh per your specs.
Yes.
So for your big head, Steve, hope it's worth it. But yeah, I did block you from texting me because it's Saturday morning and I'm getting ready. Should I meet Alan to see Toy Story 5?
You should.
No, I got to answer this fucking text message from some guy I stupidly gave my phone number to, who now is like, look, I care about getting you the thing, but like, you could have emailed me, not urgent, not life or death.
You got to get a Google phone number so that you can send customer service there.
I always regret giving my phone number to people.
Yeah. No, get a Google Voice.
The only person that makes me smile when I receive a text is Alan Ng.
Yes. Because it's rare.
It's rare.
To the point.
And it's funny sometimes even.
Yeah.
Like
Farquaad just became a YouTube member.
When you texted me when you were watching The Acolyte, what'd you say? Star Wars is dead. I'm like,
yeah. That was definitely the 3rd episode.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm like, you have no idea what my reaction to that 3rd episode. It's like, there's no saying Star Wars.
Big
Stratton for 50.
Big 50 from Eric Stratton. Thank you. That's how you communicate with a friend.
Put a big 50 behind it.
A member, a friend of the channel.
This is thanks for so many great interviews the past few months. I have even tracked down some of the indie films you highlight, usually Blu-ray purchase if possible.
Well, thank you, Eric Stratton. We have 2 interviews. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
2 interviews Friday. The director of Bert and Rod Lurie directed a war film called Lucky Strike. It's a World War II movie. It's coming out a week from Friday. We have him on the show. So back-to-back filmmaker interviews Friday.
Yeah. Rod Lurie's cool. Bert is a great movie. Ergo, please review the new stop motion movie, I Am Frankelda.
I am not aware of it. I love stop motion. Where is it? Is that a movie?
I know you got a press release for it.
Yeah, it's a Netflix movie. Oddly, I don't have Netflix.
Oh, yeah. And we were invited to a special screening for it, too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that, I'm sure I'll see it at some point. I'll resubscribe to Netflix at some point.
Yeah.
And like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, sign up as a member, join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com, where your merch is made to order. It's made on demand. It's shipped to you through, it depends on where we get. Is it a mug, coffee mug? Is it a hat? Is it a t-shirt? All I know is it's a very high quality. And we love people who buy from our shop. The ones that buy quietly and just appreciate and love the merch, those are my favorite people.
Yeah. Although you can buy something and get Chris's phone number.
That's not going to happen.
One Punch Tolkien fan. After seeing Alan eat the Supergirl KFC on stream, I had my brother get the same, but he kept the Supergirl toy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I hope it was worth it.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Put you full screen.
That comes with the Supergirl KFC meal.
That's awesome.
You might get the Lobo one. By the way, Frankelda is same people who did Pinocchio, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to it. Heart of the Beast is a new film starring Brad Pitt. It is a wilderness survival story with a dog. This dog has PTSD, was in war along with Brad Pitt's character. We saw this trailer actually at CinemaCon a few months ago, and it's finally hit. I want to share it with everyone. If you're a fan of survival stories, what does it take to survive in the wilderness? You've got nothing but your grit and limited tools. Here it just debuted. Let's watch. This is also, it's notable because it's directed by David Ayer. Yeah, released the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad. Let's watch this, Alan. That looks awesome.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. How could you not be? I mean, a story of man's best friend, dog in the wilderness, surviving together. They survive war. Can they survive the wilderness? I mean, real simple story. It's also David Ayer. You've seen his movies, how violent they can be. So, and plus Brad Pitt, I assume he's a producer on this. He produces generally everything he's involved in.
Plan B, is that
yeah, his company. So yeah, it's just one of those solid films you need to see in the theater.
Yeah, and what they didn't show you is when he got swallowed by a whale.
And then had to survive being swallowed by a whale.
One thing after the other, never lets up.
Let's get to it, Alan. Spider-Man, brand new day. A new trailer dropped today. Okay, I saw a few seconds of this. It looks amazing. But let me share my story before we watch this. The tickets went on sale. And here's what I saw when I got up. I got up a little after 6. It was like 6:20 in the morning. And here's what my screen said. You're now in line for tickets at AMC Theater. More than an hour estimated wait time. Once it's your turn, you'll have 20 minutes to make your purchase at AMC Theaters. Now, fine. I successfully got tickets, and I also got tickets for the Wednesday. There's like a preview screening, the night before. And check this out. Here's some of the popcorn buckets and there are buckets and drink holders. Look at this. Here's one. Look at the Spider-Man popcorn bucket combo container. It's the Spider-Man spinning, splooging a web, and you put your popcorn there, and the drink is in the hand. That's the one I want. Free same day refill, plus a blanket, a 32-ounce water bottle, popcorn tub with lid. There are more I can show you here. That looks, that's the one to get. Combo popcorn bucket, popcorn holder, and drink.
And blanket. And
you get you can grab a blanket. Let's look at the other, this collectible combo here. There you go. I mean.
And one for the girls too.
Yeah, there you go. It's okay. And then we got some more to show off here. I like the one with the Spider-Man head. And here's the wall crawler popcorn tin. Spider-Man outside a building. Let's see. Here's the one right here. The Spider-Man head and suit bucket, and then different drink holders. Cups with a straw with Spider-Man climbing the straw.
By the way, show me the gripper one.
There isn't a gripper one. There is no gripper one. But the Spider-Man, look, I like it. I like it. These are good options. The one to get is the hand. But let's take a look at this new trailer that literally dropped before the stream started. Let me share a screen with that, and we'll discuss it. All I know is you're going to see a lot more of the movie. I stopped watching it so I could watch it with you. Let's take a look. He's developing organic web shooters.
Well, I think that's the plot, is he's turning into a spider, kind of.
Yeah, which Spider Noir kind of got into that a little bit, but it's
still stupid. Yeah.
All right. Okay, now he's meeting Bruce Banner.
Empire State University.
Yeah, here, back this up so you can see did you see a little something came out of Spider-Man?
Yeah, except it came out of his wrists this time.
Here we go. Vibes, when he kind of,
what are the odds that he becomes the Hulk in this movie?
I think they're pretty good. I'll bet if we watch, we'll be possessed.
Oh, okay.
The Hulk looks pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that's a classic Spider-Man battle there.
His skin looks like the Mego Hulk action figure I had as a kid. Looks like that. All right. I mean, I already have tickets, so I'm already in. But I think they showed too much, frankly. I think they showed too much.
But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This just goes to prove I'm so excited about this. But any of this connected universe stuff just doesn't really. I feel like we're good. We did the connected universe. You're never going to repeat phase 1, 2, and 3 of Marvel. That's not repeatable. And you can still make a good superhero movie if the name of the superheroes are Spider-Man or Batman. That has people excited.
Yeah. I mean, when was the last time you saw a superhero fight the Hulk? Oh, yeah, it was Captain America.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, look, I already have tickets. I think it's going to be, I think we'll see. We'll see. But this movie will make more than Doomsday. Yeah. I think pretty clear.
Although if you're in Orange County, you can, if you're willing to sit in the front row, there are tickets available.
Still.
Now,
is that for the Wednesday or the Thursday?
I bought the Wednesday. So here in Yorba Linda, I'm in the second row. So if you get that first row, we'll be sitting near each other.
I think when you get tickets to that screening, you get a pair of Spider-Man socks.
I think so.
So I don't know. You know what? It looks fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like the trailers, as always, show too much. It's the trailer who showed too much, which is all the trailers now. Hey, let's talk more superheroes. Supergirl is a queer icon. Did you know that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Of course she is. She has to be.
And here is there's a lot's coming out. Supergirl, you and I are seeing it actually Monday.
Yep.
We're seeing it. We'll have an out of the theater reaction. We'll have our review next week. And well, here is Millie Alcock at some press event saying it's somewhere in where they speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And she's asked,
queer icon.
yes, is Supergirl a queer icon? Because everything has to be gay.
Yes.
Let's see what she has to say. Let's see how she answers this.
Over the years, many fans have embraced Supergirl as a queer icon. What do you think is about Kara that inspires that kind of connection?
He loves it.
I think I played a few characters that might have a potential queer through line. I have many queer friends. So honestly, I'm kind of honored. I'm honored that that's happening. But I think because she doesn't live inside the binary of what we think a woman should be, that is what makes her so special and so exciting and so new. And yeah, I kind of thought that as well. I was like, she'd do what she'd want to do in that regard anyway. But yeah, thank you.
Over the years,
You know what? I don't want to hate this movie. I don't want to hate this movie. But why do we keep getting things like this that don't help sell the movie? I don't think this is not doing the movie any favors. And I mean, when you look at the comments that accompanied this video that was on X, you know, these interviewers need to be barred for ruining the rep of movies before they even come out. And then another one, wow, they're really either clueless or intentionally trying to kill the movie. Why would a family go to see a movie with their star blindly walking into landmines like this question? And Ben Peterson says, she isn't gay. This is taking more box office away from this failure. Just stop. Kara isn't queer. She does, however, have a tough love life, as she doesn't really jump at the chance to have a relationship. A female icon that falls under this is more Wonder Woman. So I don't know. I'm disappointed. Again, as I said, I don't want to dislike this movie, but the more they keep showing, the more clips I see, the more interviews, it's not doing the movie any favors. I don't think they care about me as an audience, but if you are trying to appeal to families and girls, is this the best way? Alan, love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. No, I love the phrase, the binary of what a woman should be.
What is the binary of what a woman should be? Are they...
Should be, yeah. I mean, I don't know where this language comes from. I mean, I do, but it's like it is the bastardization of the English language. We're just making phrases up, making up concepts. Again, I'll continue to ask the question: who is this movie for? So I think we've defined it's for women, it's for girls, and now it's for queer girls. This is the Marvels all over again. Congratulations. You know, there's simple things that you could do and confront questions like this. Well, the movie really doesn't explore her sexuality. It's a much deeper movie than that. You know, that's how you can bypass a question like that. You know, look, I wanted the only question unanswered at this moment is does Supergirl want to free Palestine or not?
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and why doesn't she?
The puzzle.
She, with her laser eyes, she could be doing all of that.
Yeah. She could tear down that wall. She could free Palestine.
She could do a lot of other things. Yeah. I'm thinking about
which we've learned will piss off Wonder Woman. But
yeah. No, I just think the problem is that one, it's these journalists that bait actors that are not well trained. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of the junket, interviews that have come out with Millie Alcock. They don't have her being interviewed alone. She is always paired with someone else, either the screenwriter or the director, Craig Gillespie. They will not have her do solo interviews. I think that says something. She's not particularly well media trained. I don't think she means to do this. She doesn't know how to wrangle out of being asked a question she could avoid.
Well, in her mind, it's not a controversial question. It's not meant to be a controversial question. And I can tell you, her handlers probably love her answer.
Yeah, but the studio that would like this movie to do well at the box office are probably none too happy.
Yeah. You mean Paramount?
Oh, that's right. Yes, I mean Paramount. Hey, Disclosure Day, you and I reviewed it, and we're kind of underwhelmed and a bit disappointed in Steven Spielberg. And I actually suggested and questioned, why did Steven Spielberg even make this movie? What was the point? Was there some ulterior motive for making it? We've seen actual evidence of UAPs, UFOs, if you will, footage released already by our government. Not any, things exist, proof of something going on, and we've actually finally seen it. Okay, what does all this mean? Well, I theorized that Steven Spielberg may have been prompted to make Disclosure Day as a way to get people used to this idea that there may be aliens from another world. Well, someone actually asked him that question, and he responds. Let's see what he has to say. Here we go.
I'm not a plant of the Pentagon or the government or any deep state contracting company. I'm literally a filmmaker that wanted to tell this story for many, many years. And but I had no idea that things were going to start to be disclosed, just as Disclosure Day was about to be disclosed. This started with my father taking me to see a meteor shower and introducing me to the sky at night when I was 5 years old. And I never stopped wondering about what's out there ever since.
Yeah, you can stop.
Humanity.
He's asked about what are the messages of the film.
Yeah, but you got to the meat of it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? I'll play.
Yeah, this. You know what people who are not plants of the deep state say? That they're not plants of the deep state.
That's what they would say. You would think.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he said. No, like I said, I was brought back to a documentary I just recently saw called Dark Alliance: The Next Generation. And it's kind of funny, but they interview people who are involved in the secret space program. And they would go on these lecturing tours. And then what wound up happening are people who claim to have alien encounters. They mentioned one, Corey Good. That these people, they wanted to get their piece of the pie, and so they go on these lecture circuit, basically discrediting the real scientists because of the outlandish stories they tell. And that's the thing I was asking about Steven Spielberg was he a government plant in the way that they wanted him to make this movie to discredit any legitimate evidence that there is life out there and that we have been visited by aliens. And I still wonder if that's what this movie is.
Well, let's see what he has to say what are the messages of this film?
Okay.
Humanity, empathy, believing in something we can't see, making the unknown more known to people. I'm not a plant of the Pentagon.
He said it. I'm not a plant.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not a plant.
I'm a human being. Rainn Wilson says The Office wouldn't be made today. Are you a fan of The Office, Alan?
I am. At least the Michael Scott era.
That first season, the Michael Scott era, like that's some of the best comedy ever on television. I mean, the British show redefined, comedy. You can't do a show that is a traditional sitcom with a laugh track. When the BBC version of The Office came out, amazing. And then the US version took it even further. And I loved it. I mean, and Rainn Wilson, always love him. He was in, you should see a James Gunn film called Super.
Mm-hmm.
He was in that movie. In any case, he said he can't make it today. I'm really curious what you think of this. Here's his answer. Let's hear what Rainn Wilson has to say about The Office.
I do feel like you couldn't make The Office today. I think that would be too hard to be as politically incorrect as the show was. I think there has been a bias in the media towards more what we call liberal policies. They're willing to overlook the Plattner Nazi tattoo, but if it was someone from the other side that had a tattoo that was questionable, they would be all over MSNBC about it. So it's the hypocrisy that gets me the most. It's the hypocrisy of like both sides need to have kind of equal standards of behavior. I do feel like you couldn't make. So could you make The Office today? I say you could do it if you had the will. If you had the will to do it, you could do it.
Yeah. It's like, if I don't care what the politically correct thinks, and have a studio willing to back me up about that, then yes, you can make The Office.
Yeah.
But we just have a bunch of sniveling cowards who just don't want to offend people anymore. I was just writing some notes here, but the reason The Office worked was because it was relatable. Because we've been in offices like this. We've been in these situations, the ball busting, the mindless repetition, the unrequited ambition. We've all been there before, and that's why it resonated with so many people. The greatest thing about Michael Scott was he so wanted to be politically correct that he wound up coming off as racist. And I think that was the best commentary you could say about the guy. He never wanted to offend gay people. He never wanted to offend women. And in trying to do so hard, he wound up offending gay people and offending women. And that's what you call comedy. It's like you can't have bad guys being misogynists anymore. But they're villains. Of course they need to be misogynist or racist or whatever. We live in a world now of overcorrection, where if you offend one person, well, we got to fix that. We put out apologies. We'll never do it again. And that's where comedy has come. We've overcorrected, and we can't offend a single person. And that's why comedy is so lifeless these days. It's just people saying stupid things, trying to evoke some kind of laugh, as opposed to just looking at the truth of society, the truth of culture, the truth of humanity, and making a comment about it, even if it hurts someone. So I say, let's start punching down again, please.
Well, I need to ask you, Alan, because I have not worked in an office space environment in a long time, a normal office. One of the best episodes of The Office is Diversity Day. You've worked in an office. Yeah. Did they have a diversity day at the office?
No. But that was we're talking when The Office came out. But I can tell you that, I can tell you that I'm pretty sure that was up and coming. The thing was, I worked at a Christian credit union, and we did church loans, and we did loans for everyone. Koreans were a big one. The black churches we did. So really, it really wasn't on the top of our mind, because, if you act right and you hold people with respect, you don't need Diversity Day.
Let's do a couple more news stories before we get to our main topic, your review of Toy Story 5. Did you love Gladiator? Do you like Gladiator movies, Alan?
No, but I have seen a grown man naked.
Okay. Well, Gladiator is one of the greats. Probably might be one of the last times we saw a Best Picture winner also be the most popular movie was Gladiator. And Russell Crowe had some thoughts on Gladiator 2 and what
This is the one he wasn't in, right?
Yes, he was not in the sequel. It's probably because his character died in Gladiator. I'm going to guess. Sorry, folks. But I really believe the last time a Best Picture winner won and was also a popular movie was Gladiator, like way back when.
Yeah.
But he was asked about Gladiator 2. Let me share a screen here. Let's hear what he had to say about the movie.
Wow, and here's the other reason why he wasn't in Gladiator.
Well, he might. Yes, he's well fed, but let's hear what he had to say.
This is a story about a man who's avenging the death of his wife and his child. There cannot be a moment on that journey where he stops and has sex with somebody. Doesn't make any sense, because then that destroys the journey. And they fought me and they sent me letters about it and everything. And I just stuck to my guns, and luckily for me, Ridley, even though he would have loved to write a sex scene with me and Connie Nielsen, he agreed with me back then that was the moral core of the film. So for them, a second movie to destroy that moral center, very interesting, because the second movie barely took the same box office that the first movie took. But that's 20 years later. And when you apply how much of a change there's been on the value of a dollar, they failed. And they failed because they didn't understand why it was successful. It was successful because it had a moral core. And here's the thing.
Yeah, I hate to stop you for a second.
Yeah,
Is there a
please.
volume?
That is at the full volume. It's bad audio.
Okay, because we're having a
Hear
hard
what he
time.
said. Hear what he said. It was successful because it had a moral core. Listen.
Yeah.
Because they didn't understand why it was successful. It was successful because it had a moral core. And here's the thing.
It had a moral core. That's what he says. He's about to finish his thought. Let's see.
Yeah, no one can hear it. That's the point.
On the surface, they'll go for entertainment or whatever. But in truth, if they're going to love something, keep it with them forever in the way that movie has been tonight. Anywhere I'll be able to find you somewhere in the world. That film, 26 years later, is on primetime television. And it's available on streaming services. Why? Because the love for that thing is because of its moral core. Because
You get his thought. Their love for this thing is because of the moral core.
Mm-hmm.
So my apologies for the audio.
Yeah. But that's basic storytelling. You have to have something to be willing to fight for and be willing to die for. For some reason, movies today, the idea of family, having a wife and a daughter, or having a parents, mother and father, downplayed. Falling in love is being downplayed. The love is the greatest motivator for most characters and most people in the world today. You work hard every day for your family, but because we don't believe in the family construct anymore, or we don't believe in we've broken down relationships to something unrecognizable. And we no longer fight for these things. And so we have to find some other reason some other way to tell our stories. And it's usually the wrong reasons.
Let's stop for a moment and go through comments here, and then we'll get to your review of Toy Story 5. We might have a few more news items to go through, but let's do this.
Okay. Sean Hu gifted 5 Film Thread memberships.
Thank you, Sean Hu.
Joe Pat, member for 6 months. KFC and not Popeyes. Seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I have switched over to Popeyes. Let's just say that. Not another name. DeVay Chase, The Ring, Lilo and Stitch. Chihiro just passed away at the age of 35. Wow.
Oh, sorry to hear that. And hey, David Poland, someone I strongly recommend David Poland's Substack. He says, yes, Toy Story 5 will make $1 billion. Yeah. Spider-Man 2. He is right.
The question will be, how fast will Toy Story 2, Toy Story 5 make $1 billion?
Well, David covers the business. He knows much more than I do. And he's got the perspective. Yeah, it's good. Toy Story 5 will make $1 billion. I'm curious, David, what you think Supergirl will do.
How fast will that get to $1 billion?
Slower than a speeding bullet, but thank you, David. Appreciate you.
Pilgrim Media for 2. Are you getting the Supergirl flashlight? Sorry, drink cup. You know, the gripper cup.
The fleshlight gripper cup.
Or as my daughter says, the veiny gripper cup.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Pilgrim Media. Definitely. A few more comments here. I can't wait to hear what Alan thinks.
Christopher Moonlight Productions. I just lost my favorite dog.
Oh my God.
A few months back, and adopted a Great Pyrenees mix 2 months ago, who has clearly been through a lot. The trailer got me in every way. Damn. Yeah. My dog is the same way. My dog was abused, and it took a long time for her to get normal.
Yeah. And now Molly just farts in the background.
Yeah. She's good at farting, but she has nightmares. Just put it that way.
Wow.
Ricky Bobby, that dog better not die.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it loses another leg. Eject a curtain. My dogs would have left me behind. Lord Thoth, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. If it is Peter Parker, I'll always be in.
Yes.
Tony Elias, how many queer people will actually pay to see this film? The same number that saw Bros and the Marvels.
Probably less. Bros did not do well. The movie was fine for what it was. They need to just scale these budgets for the intended audience. It's very simple.
Or at least define your audience.
Yes.
Tim is not funny. Those leading questions are a rock in a hard place. If she says this movie is for all people, in response, she'll get wrung out as if she said all lives matter back in 2020.
Yeah.
Atomic Glory. Who's that? The Office is the best TV show of all time.
It might be best TV comedy. Yeah.
MASH.
It's on the Mount Rushmore of TV comedy.
MASH, All of the Family, Jeffersons. Patrick Lemire, Ridley Scott 101. Make the perfect movie. Spend the rest of your life screwing up the legacy.
Unfortunately. Last one.
Yes, Indie Shade for 2. Not sure Maximus is moral. Is revenge moral?
Well, he was fighting for an ideal.
Mm-hmm.
The dream of Rome. Go back and watch it. It's revenge became part of it, but more to restore the Republic.
Yeah. Well, I don't think revenge is a good thing. I mean, it doesn't do you any good other than satisfaction. And I think a lot of movies show that sometimes when you get it, it's empty and hollow.
Alan, you are one of the biggest Disney fans I know. And you saw an early screening of Toy Story 5. And you sent me a message. This movie's going to make $1 billion. I want to know how you know that. And I'll say, based on clips that have come out, they've really got me interested. It's now the classic toys versus something every parent deals with now, screens. Tell me about Toy Story 5, and I want to hear your review.
Okay, well, let me just speak to the billion. Inside Out 2, a mediocre movie, made $1 billion. Zootopia 2, good but mediocre, made $1 billion. Toy Story 5, the gang is back. Pixar is back and is going to make $1 billion because it is ostensibly so much better than the other two. There are caveats, though. So we'll get into that in just a moment. But the story-wise, it takes place 2 years after Woody left to join Bo Peep out in the wilderness. That's Toy Story 4, which in case most of you haven't seen it. So Jessie is now the leader of the toys, of the Bonnie's toys, and Buzz is her deputy. Now, Bonnie is just like Andy. She loved to play with toys. She has all these fantasies about playing with toys, but the problem is she doesn't have any friends. It's hard for her to make friends because she plays with toys, and so she's part of this dance club, this dance class. And the girls there have pads. In fact, they can talk to each other on these little pads. They can set up play dates on these little pads and sleepovers. And so Bonnie's parents, against their better judgment, decide that they're going to buy Bonnie a pad. And the pad is named Lily. And like the other toys, only wants the best for Bonnie. And so she sets up all the social media and gets her connected with the other girls. And then she goes to a sleepover only to find out that Bonnie is a little immature for the little girls because she still plays with dolls. And that kind of is what sets the foundation of this story. Now it's up to Jessie to... Jessie sees Lily Pad as evil. She sees all tech as evil. And Bonnie is experiencing that, the online bullying and all that stuff from the other kids. And so now Jessie goes out to save the day. There's a girl who lives out in the country. She likes horses, and she's in the same position as Bonnie. She doesn't have a lot of friends, and she too likes to play with toys, with horses and things like that. And Jessie thinks it'd be a great idea to connect those two, but Lily says no. She needs to get back with her dance friends, and so that's the main conflict of this movie. So let me address things that are going to come up in the conversation. Toy Story 1 through 3 is Andy's story. Andy is a boy. We all love Andy. We all love the Andy story. We think it's perfect. Toy Story 4 and 5, this is Bonnie's story. So you're taking the girl perspective here. That's why Jessie is the lead. And that's why, as a conversation I had with Christian Toto, Buzz is a bit emasculated in this one. Buzz has a real, has it in for Jessie, and kind of his thing throughout the whole movie is he wants to propose to her, and so he's trying to get on her good side, and Jessie just wants to do her own thing. And the other thing here is, yes, this is a movie about Bonnie with girls, but there are a lot of boy things in this movie. This movie is for boys and girls, and there's enough for both to make this interesting. The opening of the movie is on an island, a deserted island, and there is a shipping container crashed on the island with the doors open. And strewn about this shipping container are about 100 commemorative Buzz Lightyear toys. And these toys activate themselves, and they look in the sky and say, "Star Command." And so the toys here, their mission is to once again reunite with Star Command. And look, this was a smart move, because like the opening of Toy Story 2, and I think Toy Story 3 was somewhat this. No, Toy Story 2. There was this Zurg adventure, and Pixar just really nailed what this relationship between Buzz and Zurg was like, and the opening of Toy Story 5 is just that. This is a Buzz Lightyear adventure going on. And I remember watching this opening saying, oh my God, this is a Toy Story movie. I love this. And look, I'm just going to say it. I think if you're predisposed to really love Toy Story 1 through 3, I don't think you're going to have as much fun as I had for this one, because you're going to walk in and you're just going to pick the thing apart. But if you have kids and you bring your kids to see this one, you are going to kind of fall in love with this movie as much as your kids will. The other thing is, to me, this is a return to Pixar storytelling, something we haven't seen in Pixar in a very long time, not since a certain person left, and the thing about this, and this is classic Pixar, and it happens throughout the entire movie. They set up a plan, they outline the plan, and when they execute the plan, everything goes wrong. And it gets to the point where you wonder, how the hell are they going to get out of this? And then they find a great way to get out of it. And that's this movie over and over again. It's this constant questioning of what's going to happen next. How are they going to get out of this? How are they going to finally reunite? How's Bonnie going to be? There's an ending. The ending you think takes place about a half an hour before it actually ends, because you think it's wrapping itself up way too neatly, and then it just takes this twist.
Don't say anything.
I won't say anything. Classic, but it's classic Pixar. The other thing is, because if you know classic Pixar, you know when this ending is about to happen, that it's like this ending's really not going to happen because it's wrapping itself up way too neatly. The other thing is, I don't know, when you watch the credits, guess who gets fourth billing on the credits?
I don't know.
Conan O'Brien gets fourth billing. He plays a potty toy, an electronic toy, a tech that Jesse hates, that teaches kids how to be potty trained. And oh my God. So not only is he Conan O'Brien in this movie, but he has the best lines. Why? Because Conan O'Brien gets the lion's share of all these potty and pee jokes throughout the entire movie. And I'm like, oh, Pixar is back. And the feeling I get is, this may be an outlier, and that the upcoming movies from Pixar will probably suck. But at least we got one good one that took seriously the style of storytelling, the look, the feel of the movie. I mean, oh my God, I wish Pixar would. I wish from now on Pixar movies were like this, but I feel like they're not.
So I have several questions.
Yeah.
One, is it a return to form for Pixar?
It is a return to form, but again, look, Andrew Stanton is the director of this. The other Pixar movies aren't directed by Andrew Stanton.
And the other thing is,
how
do they handle the? You mentioned some of it, and you don't have to go into big detail.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that Friday. But what about the lily pad? Like, how do they handle kids stuck on screen?
Yeah, no, I mean, it handles it very honestly. The dangers of the screens, the fact that kids, I mean, there's plenty of scenes of kids just mesmerized to these screens. Also, thinking that, if we just connect our kids through screens instead of in person, that's just as good as being in person. And over and over again, Jesse says, no, you need to have, they need to be physically together. They can't be on screens.
So there's a good
that message is hammered home throughout the entire film.
Do you think this will actually get parents to rethink their relationship with screens and tech as it relates to their kids?
I certainly hope so. I mean, I think it questions it enough to say, one, you should be playing with your toys and not playing games on screens, and two, you should be actually with people, with other kids your age.
My last question before we go, what makes you think this is gonna make $1 billion? You were so adamant.
Well, I just mentioned it up front. If Inside Out 2 and Zootopia 2 can make $1 billion easily, this is ostensibly a far better movie than those two. And again, it's one, repeat value. You can see this movie over and over again, and two, you're bringing your kids to it, and your kids will want to see this over and over again, and that just means more ticket sales, more and more ticket sales.
So I don't even need to ask. You recommend it?
I recommend it. 8.5.
All right.
And by the way, the Taylor Swift song is completely unmemorable.
But there's a reason they put that in.
Yeah, because she's Taylor Swift.
Well, not just that. They want her. They want her to sing it at the Oscars. Yeah. She will get Best Song nominee.
Yeah, definitely.
You heard it here.
Yeah, and then also, they added a new song to the live action Moana for the exact same reason.
Let's go to comments. See what you think.
Joe Pat for 999. What is about Disney sequels and guys trying to propose? I mean, guys are always trying to propose. The Rescuers Down Under did it, as did Frozen. What did Buzz Lightyear have a rock ballad song number? No, but look, hey, if you want to know if this movie is safe, there are love stories in this, and they're the traditional love stories. Let's put it that way.
There isn't a gay potato head.
No,
There's
Forky marries.
nothing. There's not a lesbian couple that had a son that, not like the Buzz Lightyear movie, nothing like that.
Yeah, let's just say this is probably the first Pixar movie where it didn't appear to have to fix a LGBT problem.
It didn't have to shoehorn or fix anything. Thank you, Joe Pat. Very generous.
Indie Shade for 5. Maximus says his motivation is vengeance, though not saving Rome. He was already to bail on Marcus and Rome at the beginning. No.
Thank you. Yeah, I love. Now I want to watch that movie.
Tony Elias, it's tracking to make 150 million opening weekend. That's domestic weekend, which would be the highest in the series, not adjusted for inflation, and it would be the highest opening of 2026. Also do well overseas. That's
also triple what Supergirl is probably going to make.
Yeah,
opening weekend.
Callback to Toy Story 2. I mean, all the characters in the first 4 movies are in this one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Is there a callback to Toy Story 2? Yeah. In fact, the original girl, I forget her name, from Toy Story 2 plays a role in this, and that's as far as I'll go in terms of spoilers. Joseph Ippolito, I'm looking forward to Toy Story 20.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Tim is not funny. My kids can't wait. I'm finally going to watch part 4 with them at home, and they can take them to see this movie. You don't need to see Toy Story 4 to understand Toy Story 5. You're just gonna. The only issue is Woody is not with them anymore, and that Keanu Reeves is still a cool character.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that. So, hey, we have a few more news stories. So let me set these up as we continue there. And let's do this one. Hollywood's mass exodus. Let me share this from Variety, Alan. This is maybe the 3rd story, who knows, 4th, 5th we've done, where they're saying why film and TV production is fleeing LA and what could be done about it. And it's yet another comparison to Detroit and what happened to Detroit. Do you have notes for this?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, let's get through the story here. And I'll leave this image from the new reboot of Baywatch up on screen for everyone. This is the graphic they chose to accompany this story.
Yeah. When Fox brought Baywatch back to Los Angeles in 2026, California celebrated as a win for the local entertainment industry. Governor Gavin Newsom highlighted the show's return, backed by $21 million in state incentives. However, the production quickly ran into permitting and regulation issues. Officials restricted overnight parking, vehicle access, and other beach activities that the production considered essential. The situation became politically sensitive because losing Baywatch would have symbolized Hollywood's ongoing decline. Los Angeles, still the world's deepest pool of filmmaking talent and infrastructure, but it has become increasingly difficult to compete. Key challenges include higher labor costs, expensive living costs, complex union agreements, regulatory hurdles, less generous tax incentives than competing regions. Since the streaming boom ended in 2022, U.S. has lost roughly 73,000 production jobs, and LA accounting for more than 2/3 of those losses. California's tax credit program has expanded, but many industry leaders say it still lags behind competitors. Producer Charles Rovin says California's rebate is one of the least beneficial for anyone who is financing motion pictures and television. Many major projects that would have once been filmed in California are now shooting elsewhere, including reboots of The Rockford Files, Little House on the Prairie, and Scrubs. Even large studio films are increasingly being made in places like the UK, Canada, and Australia because of generous subsidies. Industry leaders and politicians are now pushing for a federal film tax credit to help America compete internationally. Supporters argue that Hollywood faces the same kind of economic pressure that affected U.S. manufacturing, warning that more jobs will leave the country without action.
Well, let me just say that Roger Avery had something to say about this on X, and he just simply spells it out. Let me bring this on screen. I'll read it to you. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that, Alan. Let me find that. It's he basically, everyone's talking about how like Hollywood's become Detroit. And here's what he says. Since Detroit is the analog, these are the three top reasons for the collapse of Detroit industry, which is the auto industry. Number one, intense global competition and failure to adapt. Number two, decentralization of auto production. Plants moved away. And number three, labor costs, union relations, and mismanagement. That is why Detroit is no longer the center of the auto industry in the world. And these same three reasons are why Hollywood is failing: competition, decentralization, and labor costs. Those are, he pinpointed it. So I want to keep those up there. I want to hear what you have to say, Alan. Your comment.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with it. My biggest bugaboo here is the incentives program. You know, look, incentives are basically tax dollars going to movie and television productions to help pay for costs. And what are those costs? Those are unions, those are actors, those are city and state regulations. So you're basically taking tax dollars and giving it to unions and giving it to regulators, and that is the wrong problem. I will submit this to you. I think LA and Hollywood would do great if you just reduced the amount of regulations and restrictions that it takes to film in Los Angeles, and also if you've got to do something about the unions. They just can't show up and have their hands out and want more money. It's the cost structure, especially for labor, is just unreasonable at this point. And the question is are you going to make it harder for are you going to increase the cost of labor, hoping that will encourage people to come back? You've got to come back to something more reasonable, to allow people to stay in Los Angeles and be able to earn a living. And unfortunately, that means they're going to earn less. But I would submit that it's better to have a job that pays less than no job that pays more.
But look, I'm from Detroit. I saw when I left in 1989 to come here, the industry was a shell of what it was. And even when I was in college at the time in the early 80s, it was sad. I never really saw Detroit in its glory days. And all I saw was the slow moving decline of the city. It's now gone through a renaissance recently, but it took decades.
Yeah.
To turn
the
around.
Frog in the kettle. You just saw it slowly killing the frog.
Yes. It was disheartening. My dad worked for Chrysler. He worked for Chrysler in the computer department, and he worked with like most kids, I never understood exactly what my dad did, but it worked with computers for Chrysler. And it was always, what round of layoffs? Am I going to be a part of this round of layoffs? We're going to do this. And then they got bought and he was out of a job. But I mean, I just saw it happen. It's happening now in real time, much faster in Hollywood. And
and everyone sees it and everyone knows the answer. I mean, the fact that people are on this federal incentives and state incentives bandwagon, I think is the wrong way to go. Look,
Exactly.
if you made it easier, if the city of LA just decided hell with regulations and they bent over backwards to say that there is a value to having movies and televisions being shot in Los Angeles, and that they would do whatever it took to attract businesses here, even if it meant less money. And this is the thing that the liberal leaders of LA don't understand. You make more money if you allow people to generate more money, because you can tax off of the revenues. You'll make money off of people buying more things, going to restaurants,
right,
and so on. But right now the feeling is, no, we got to continue to tax and we got to continue to overburden. The article says supporters argue that Hollywood faces the same kind of economic pressures that affected the U.S. auto industry. Thing is, we didn't give money to the auto industry. We just made it easier to build plants again. We put them in states that that had better pay rates for people who were doing this. You brought construction jobs back. I mean, that's how you make it all. But look, I don't think you need an incentive program, because I think there's such a prestige in shooting in Los Angeles that people would be willing to pay a premium price, as long as it's a reasonable premium price to shoot in Los Angeles. The fact that Scrubs had to move to Canada and all their shooting is in a damn warehouse, or the original Scrubs set was a rundown hospital. Yeah. And the fact that you can't, that's more expensive than shipping everybody to Canada to do that is mind-boggling to me.
Now what this is, because we see these stories about every 3 months. The same story gets written. It must be very popular. It's clickbait. It's doom and gloom. It's Chicken Little, the sky is falling. But what Hollywood has to reckon with now is the reality. It's never coming back. I mean, in Detroit, it never came back. Detroit had to find other ways to revitalize itself economically. So, Hollywood is still grappling with, it's the old Hollywood that you love, that you were constantly working. You were turning down gigs to have the luxury of picking the gig you wanted. That's gone. It's gone and over. So now what is the new reality? And where is this? Where are people going to flow? And I don't believe government incentives are the way. I think the way is looking at audiences and being smarter about delivering what audiences want. Maybe a Supergirl movie where she smiles. Who knows? Maybe and you can make all kinds of different content where you scale the content for the size of the audience. And Hollywood needs to learn. Hollywood will never learn. And so I kind of feel like it's a constant doom loop of reading the same story every 3 months. And we're stuck in it.
I know. And the stories are just going to get worse and worse.
Yeah. A few more stories before we wrap up. Ian McKellen roasted Trump on the set of Avengers Doomsday. Let me share this with you, Alan. I'm not sure if you have notes for this story. I think I have video.
I don't.
There's no need. So Ian McKellen, he's describing to an audience at a convention in South America somewhere, but this quote made the trades. What he said made the trades.
Because the trades have no stories to tell, and so they got to do these. This is so dumb.
It's very clickbaity, but I have the actual video of him, and let's see in his words what he said. Someone asked a question. Let me wait a sec. I gotta look at this. What is his hand up like that?
Oh my God, what?
It looks like he's saluting Trump.
I mean, Magneto would never do that.
Well, Magneto, knowing where he came from in the Bryan Singer version of the X-Men universe, Fox version, Magneto would never have done
I'd expect this from a white guy.
Yeah, well, let's see what he has to say. He's describing it for the audience, and I'll boost the. Okay, here we go.
He's still doing it.
Want me to destroy New Jersey.
E mi fanno distruggere in New Jersey a un certo punto.
And the director shouted to me, Ian, look more furious.
E il regista mi ha detto no, devi avere un'espressione più furiosa.
More. Make it look as if you hate what you're destroying.
E mi diceva devi avere l'aria di uno che odia ciò che sta
He said, and now shout something.
Mi ha detto urla
So I
qualcosa.
said, Mar-a-Lago!
E questo è quello che ho detto.
So he says Mar-a-Lago.
Wow. I mean,
This
again,
is-
it's a slow news day at Variety.
It's a slow news day. Because Mar-a-Lago, I mean, come on.
He didn't even deliver it well.
Yeah, but you kind of, and it's also being translated. I don't know. I think it's kind of a non-story. What do you think?
Well, I mean, look, like Variety will run, and Hollywood Reporter, they'll run stories on jokes told on Saturday Night Live. I mean, that's
true.
That's what the trades have become. They're desperate for anything. And if anyone even remotely associated with the entertainment industry says something about Trump, they'll run a story about it.
Well, to our credit, we're reporting on the non-story of their story.
Yes, but we're making it a story by talking about their non-story.
For the Odyssey, we wanted to take.
I thought you were playing music for me. I have no idea what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing either.
Yeah. You accuse me of reading the internet while the show is going on.
No, I'm doing my job. I'm setting up the next story. I'm doing all the
okay.
background of the.
All right.
I know what I'm doing.
You shall not pass. Okay.
That's a different character. That's Gandalf.
Yeah, but it's saying
not Magneto.
It's
Gandalf, not Magneto.
Same energy into it. That's all I'm saying.
The Odyssey is coming in July, and they've already made the Odyssey part of the Universal Studio Tour. You can see I love this tram. The tram tour.
Yes, I wish they had that in Orlando, but
it's
don't.
always different. They kind of mix it up. Sometimes the tour changes based on, well, they're shooting on the stage. We can't take you there. So whenever you go, the tram tour is always different.
You have
yeah,
to.
It's. I love it. I love movie history. I love the respect of the history of film, and of course they highlight all the big Universal movies, and there are some great ones. So many classics, but they've now integrated the Odyssey on the tram tour at Universal. So you see Chris Nolan, when you get on the tram and there's a tour guide, and they show videos, the tour guide talks videos, and you see something. So Chris Nolan is in this talking about the Odyssey, and we'll play, but you got to see this. Check it out. Yeah. Here's Chris Nolan on the screen.
For the Odyssey, we wanted to take audiences on Odysseus's incredible journey across the world, across this mythical world of adventure. And to do that, we shot on IMAX film all around the world in incredible locations. And we wanted to put audiences on the deck of his ship. So we shot with full-size ships like the one that you're seeing right now, and went out on the oceans of the world.
So check this out. Let me pause it a bit. So they have at Universal Studios one of the full-size ships used in the Odyssey. And here it is. And you'll hear the tour guide talk when the Chris Nolan video is over. But check this out. This makes me want to go to Universal now.
I know. I want to go now.
Okay. Let's plan a trip.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Yeah. It's just you gotta figure out the wife situation and see how we get her there.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll discuss that. Actually,
we'll
may be a
talk
good
about it.
thing. All right, let's watch this. Okay, here we go.
With our IMAX camera and with our incredible cast led by Matt Damon, to really try and take audiences on this incredible thrill ride.
Check this out. We're seeing the actual boat that they used. Now, did they do pickup shots here? I see a giant blue screen. Is that for pickup shot?
Oh, I think it's
July 17. Christopher Nolan shot almost all of the Odyssey on fantastic locations around the world, including Scotland, Morocco, and Iceland. However, principal photography wrapped up right here at Falls Lake with that very ship in the water.
So they filmed here?
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, they yeah. They're not the only studio to have a giant water tank.
Yeah. Let's keep watching this.
The water was there's a pit in front of that big blue wall, so that's where the ship was. After enduring all of the challenges on location, like freezing temperatures and rain, Matt Damon and the crew joked that they would have an easier time filming here in the controlled environment on our studio lot, only to find out that with 2 jet engines blasting water at them, they were just as cold and wet being on the ship here at Falls Lake as they were on the real ocean. We can't wait for you to see Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey shot with IMAX cameras in theaters everywhere starting July 17th.
Oh my God. So it's a whole promo for it. But look, I get, I love film history. I love to nerd out over how films are made and the lengths, you'll go to get the perfect shot. So this is kind of cool for me. I'll just turn it down. You can watch the now they show a little trailer on the tour. It's
well, yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're showing
advertising.
Yeah, well, you're stuck on that tram. Might as well promote the latest films, but that's the links they're going to promote the Odyssey. Now it's part of the studio tour.
We got to go. We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. We'll talk
Okay.
after the show. All right, one last thing before we wrap up. You love the Muppets, Alan. I know you do.
I adore the Muppets.
I also love the Muppets. I came across this. And the Muppets, are known for doing a lot of.
I didn't mean to shoot the son of a.
They do a lot of parodies, and I gotta show this to you. If they made the Muppets today, this is what they'd be doing. Let me show you this video.
I didn't mean to shoot the son of a bitch.
What am I doing?
You're playing
I didn't mean to shoot the son of a bitch and coming off. I don't know why.
I gotta
just put it on screen.
Let me just.
Hold
Okay, I'm gonna put it on screen here to share with you. Here we go.
You
ready?
Yes.
Here we go, Alan. It's Fluff Fiction.
I didn't mean to shoot the son of a bitch and coming off. I don't know why.
Well, look at this fucking mess, man. We're on a city street in broad daylight. Well, believe it now, motherfucker. We gotta get this car off the road.
What do you make of all this?
Man, I don't even have an opinion.
Well, you gotta have an opinion. I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped that?
Man.
Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the fuck you do that?
I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
Oh, man, I see some crazy ass shit in my time, but this...
Chill out, man. I told you it was an accident. You went over a bump or
Hey,
something.
the car ain't hit no motherfucking bump.
Hey, look, man, I didn't mean to shoot the son of a bitch and coming off. I don't know why.
Well, look at this fucking mess, man. We're on a city street in broad daylight here.
Believe it, man.
Well, believe it now, motherfucker. We gotta get this car off the road.
What do you make of all this?
Man, I don't even have an opinion.
Well, you gotta have an opinion.
All right. If the Muppets really went for it, they could do parodies like that.
Can you imagine if Dark Crystal was like that?
No, I can't.
That would have made a lot more money than it did.
Let's go to the people final comments as we wrap up.
All right, Tony Elias. Tax incentives mean nothing when you have countless regulations and fees to do anything in Los Angeles while filming a movie or show. Yes,
I agree. Too many people with their
exactly.
handout. Too many people want a piece.
And worse, the handout, you get tax dollars, which is basically the money I give. Robert Thompson Watson. Baywatch will save Hollywood, says Pinocchio.
Did he say that?
No, but
Press.
I mean,
X down.
Baywatch should have been a good sign that they were on track, and they're not. Moldy Ace, $6.99 Canadian. LA and California are slowly killing the golden goose.
It's dead.
Yep.
Thanks, Moldy Ace. Appreciate it.
G-Man. Well, also Hollywood isn't producing a quality product anymore. Yeah, it's the other part of it.
It's really indies and independent-minded filmmakers.
Yeah. Dark Hero fan. When I moved to Hollywood in 2001, pre 9/11, work was everywhere. And there were 250 pilots being made. Obviously, not all filmed here, but a huge chunk was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have studios that had active programs being shot there. Productions. Bill S. Preston. We did give the auto companies money. Alan, we bailed out GM and Chrysler in 2009. Not talking about 2009. In fact, the bailouts we did for GM Chrysler, what happened? They moved to Canada and they wanted to move to Mexico. That's how well those bailouts did. No, I'm talking about the tariffs. You remember the tariffs that were going to cause a new recession in the last year or so that never happened? No, those tariffs, by charging more money on foreign cars, it forced these companies to move production back to the United States. And in fact, it caused foreign companies to move production and create factories and plants here in the United States. That's what I'm talking about. And not a single dime of our money was spent on those. Culture Casino for 5.
Hey, Culture Casino.
Hey.
How's it going? Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Trusting you on Toy Story, Alan. Set to drop a review on Friday.
Look, I'm seeing it tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing, like, can they include some sort of light commentary, with pads versus toys, iPads and too much screen use by kids, along with the entertaining story that I'm invested in. I think also kids, like, the brand of Toy Story is very good, with the exception of that Buzz Lightyear movie, which was god awful.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, talk about another movie made for the gays.
Thank you, Culture. Appreciate you.
Night Stranger. So he's promoting a magnetic mutant terrorist attack on where the president lives. Yeah.
I just think he was trying to be funny. He was trying to play to the crowd. There was no more than that.
Yeah. It makes you wonder if South America thinks that way about Trump.
Not sure. Couldn't say.
Okay.
But we're going to wrap it up there. Kind of a shorter show today.
Yeah.
But thanks to our mods, Lord Thoth, MK Solid, ADLS24, and Ololique on Rumble, and Atomic Lori, making us look good behind the scenes. And we'll be back Friday. Friday, a big show. We're going to have our spoiler review. I won't go too hard on spoilers. Toy Story 5, The Death of Robin Hood. Alan's going to see Girls Like Girls. I'm seeing, speaking of gay, Leviticus and Citizen Vigilante. I've seen it with Armie Hammer. Alan is going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to watch it tonight.
I cannot wait to talk to you. Plus, we've got lots of news and back-to-back interviews with the Burt director, Joe Burke, and Lucky Strike filmmaker, director, Rod Lurie will both be on the show. So Friday's going to be a big show. It was a scheduling issue. We tried to get Rod on today's show. Didn't work out. So, what can I say?
And you're going to love to talk to the Burt guys.
Oh, the movie, I'm riveted.
Yeah.
It reminds me of an old school indie movie. I cannot wait.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I believe it was made under $10,000. Is
it coming out?
Yeah, it's in theaters. That's why we had to wait till June, because it's finally in theaters.
Oh, okay. Should we? You want to review that too?
Not usually on the day we interview the guy, but
okay,
it'll definitely get a good review from me.
Gotcha. Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much to everyone for all your support. People who sent in soups, people in the comments. Most people are polite. I'd say 99% of the people are polite. And then there are the other people. I don't know what to say about them. So there you are. Alan?
Let's get out of here.